Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed just unleashed absolute carnage on Rey Mysterio and Penta in what might be the most brutal display of power we've seen on Raw this year. Bodies were broken, legends were tested, and two monsters just sent a message to the entire WWE roster. I'm breaking down every devastating moment right now, so smash that like button and let's go. Welcome back to Suplex Rumble, the home of the most in-depth wrestling analysis on YouTube. If you're not already part of this family, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're about to break down a match that has the entire wrestling world talking. Monday Night Raw just delivered a collision of styles, a clash of generations, and an absolute showcase of what makes professional wrestling so incredible. We had power versus speed, experience versus intensity, legends versus the future. And what we got was 10 minutes of pure, unfiltered chaos. Let's set the stage. On one side, you've got Bron Breakker, the second-generation phenom who's been demolishing everyone in his path. This man is built like a tank but moves like a cruiserweight. We're talking about someone who can military press 230 pounds and then hit a standing shooting star press. Bron Breakker isn't just the future of WWE, he's the present, and he's making sure everyone knows it. Teaming with him? Bronson Reed, the colossal behemoth from Australia who tips the scales at 330 pounds of devastating power. Bronson Reed doesn't just beat opponents, he crushes them. This man hits a top rope splash that literally shakes the ring. When Bronson Reed is in the air, you better pray you're not underneath him because that's 330 pounds of pain coming down from the heavens. Together, Breakker and Reed represent something terrifying, a combination of youth and experience, speed and power, technical skill and raw brutality. These two as a team? That's a nightmare scenario for anyone in the tag team division. Now, on the other side, you've got legends. Rey Mysterio, the master of Lucha Libre, a WWE Hall of Famer, the ultimate underdog who's defied odds his entire career. Rey has been doing this at the highest level for over 3 decades. This man revolutionized what cruiserweights could accomplish in mainstream wrestling. He's won every championship, headlined WrestleManias, and inspired generations of wrestlers. And Penta, if you know, you know. Penta brings that Lucha Libre intensity, that high-flying innovation, that fearless style that makes him must-see TV. This man has torn it up across multiple continents, earned respect from the best in the business, and now he's bringing that fire to WWE. Rey and Penta together? That's decades of combined Lucha Libre excellence. That's speed, that's technique, that's heart. But the question everyone's asking, can experience and heart overcome sheer power and brutality? This match was destined to be special. The bell rings, and right from the opening moments, you can feel the intensity. This isn't a feeling-out process, these 4 athletes are here to fight. Penta and Bron Breakker start things off, and the contrast in styles is immediately apparent. Penta's using his speed, his agility, trying to keep the powerhouse off balance. He's hitting quick strikes, ducking under Breakker's power attempts, and showcasing that Lucha Libre style that's made him famous. But Bron Breakker? This man is relentless. He's cutting off the ring, using his superior strength, and showing why he's considered one of the most complete athletes in WWE. Every time Penta tries to build momentum, Breakker's there with a devastating counter. The back and forth is incredible. Penta hits a beautiful combination, strikes, kicks, a springboard attack that has the crowd on their feet. For a moment, it looks like speed might overcome power. But then Breakker catches him mid-air with a power slam that plants Penta into the canvas. The impact, the sheer strength on display. Tags are made, and now we get Rey Mysterio and Bronson Reed. The size difference is staggering. Rey's giving up well over 100 pounds, but the master of the 619 has faced giants his entire career. Rey knows you don't try to outpower a mountain, you make the mountain move. Rey's using every trick in his arsenal. He's targeting the legs, trying to chop the big man down. He's using his speed to stay out of Reed's grasp. The veteran experience is on full display as Rey creates separation in space. But here's the thing about Bronson Reed, the man is surprisingly agile for his size. He's not just a big guy who stands in one spot. Reed's cutting off Rey's escape routes, anticipating the Lucha Legend's movements, and showing incredible ring awareness. Rey attempts a springboard attack, a move he's hit thousands of times in his legendary career. But Reed catches him, just plucks him out of the air like he weighs nothing. And then, massive power slam. Rey is down, and the crowd is in shock at the display of power. The tag team psychology is excellent. Both teams are showcasing their strengths while trying to exploit their opponent's weaknesses. Breakker and Reed are using power and isolation tactics, trying to keep Rey and Penta separated. Meanwhile, the Lucha Legends are looking for quick tags, trying to use their speed advantage before the powerhouses can establish control. Near falls are coming fast. A beautiful roll-up by Penta gets it close too. A Rey Mysterio Hurricane Rana almost catches Breakker off guard. The crowd is invested because they can feel that any moment could end this match. But then the momentum starts to shift. This is where things start to get brutal. Breaker and Reed begin implementing a strategy that's as simple as it is devastating: pure, unrelenting power. Bron Breaker catches Penta coming off the ropes and hits a monstrous military press slam. But he doesn't just drop him, he launches Penta across the ring like he's a basketball. The height, the distance. Penta crashes hard, and you can see the impact take its toll. Bronson Reed tags in, and here's where it gets scary. Reed starts targeting Penta's ribs with calculated, punishing offense. Heavy strikes, crushing body attacks, and that massive weight being used as a weapon. Every move is designed to wear down, to break the will, to destroy. Rey Mysterio is reaching for the tag, the crowd is rallying behind the Lucha Legends, but Breaker and Reed are textbook in their execution. They're cutting off the ring, preventing the tag, and systematically dismantling Penta. Penta shows incredible heart. He's fighting back, throwing strikes, refusing to stay down. This is what makes wrestling beautiful: the resilience, the determination, the refusal to quit. But every time Penta builds a little momentum, Breaker or Reed shut it down with devastating effect. Double team maneuvers start coming. Breaker holds Penta in position while Reed charges with a crushing body attack. The impact sends Penta reeling. This is strategic, this is brutal, and this is what makes Breaker and Reed so dangerous as a team. Rey finally gets the hot tag. The crowd erupts as the Lucha Legend enters the ring with fire. Rey's hitting everything: dropkicks, head scissors, using that incredible agility that's made him a legend. For a moment, it looks like the veterans might be mounting a comeback. Rey sets Bron Breaker up for the 619, the move that's won him countless matches over his legendary career. He runs the ropes, the crowd is chanting, this could be the turning point. But Breaker moves at the last second. The veteran's signature move misses, and now Rey is vulnerable. Bron Breaker capitalizes immediately. He catches Rey and executes a picture-perfect gorilla press, and we're not talking about a regular one. Breaker's walking around the ring with Rey held high above his head, showcasing that incredible strength. And then he launches Rey, sending the legend crashing into his own partner on the apron. The impact. Both Penta and Rey are down on the outside. Bronson Reed sees the opportunity, and this is where things get insane. Bronson Reed climbs to the top rope, and the entire arena knows what's coming. 330 pounds is ascending to the top turnbuckle, and Rey Mysterio is laid out in the ring. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Reed steadies himself on the top rope, and can we just acknowledge how impressive it is that a man his size can even get up there, let alone what he's about to do. He measures Rey, and then he launches himself with the tsunami. The impact is catastrophic. The ring literally shakes. Rey Mysterio just absorbed 330 pounds crashing down from the heavens. The sound, the visual, the sheer devastation. This is the kind of move that ends matches, ends nights, and makes highlights for years. But Bronson Reed isn't done. He's rolling to the outside where Penta is trying to recover. Reed charges like a freight train and obliterates Penta with a running body block that sends the Lucha star crashing into the barricade. The crowd is in shock at the relentless assault. Back in the ring, Bron Breaker is stalking Rey Mysterio. The legend is trying to get to his feet, showing that incredible heart that's defined his entire career. But Breaker is waiting, measuring, preparing to deliver the final blow. Bron hooks Rey up, and here it comes, the spear. Not just any spear, but a Breaker spear. The kind of spear that looks like it breaks people in half. Breaker explodes across the ring, driving his shoulder into Rey's midsection with devastating force. Rey crumples. The impact is sickening. This isn't just a wrestling move, this is a statement. This is Bron Breaker showing exactly why he's considered the future of WWE. Breaker makes the cover. The referee counts. 1, 2, 3, it's over. But wait, Breaker and Reed aren't done. Even after the bell rings, even after they've won, these two monsters are still on the attack. They're putting a beating on both Rey and Penta. This isn't about winning anymore, this is about sending a message to the entire tag team division. Referees and officials flood the ring, trying to restore order. But Breaker and Reed have made their point crystal clear: they're not just here to compete, they're here to dominate. Let's break down what we just witnessed and what it means for WWE moving forward. First, Bron Breaker and Bronson Reed just announced themselves as the most dangerous tag team on Monday Night Raw. The combination of Breaker's athleticism and Reed's devastating power creates a team that can beat you in multiple ways. They can out-wrestle you, outpower you, and as we just saw, they can absolutely destroy you. For Bron Breaker specifically, this performance continues his meteoric rise. Every time Breaker steps in that ring, he looks more polished, more confident, more complete. This man is 26 years old and wrestling like a 15-year veteran. The power, the timing, the ring awareness, it's all elite level. We're watching a future WWE champion develop right before our eyes. Bronson Reed proved again why he's one of the most feared big men in WWE. That tsunami splash from the top rope is one of the most devastating finishers in the entire company. And Reed's agility for his size continues to shock people. This isn't a plodding giant, this is an athletic 330-pound wrecking machine. Now, let's talk about Rey Mysterio and Penta because they deserve immense respect. These legends didn't just show up for a paycheck, they fought. They showcased their incredible skills, their experience, their heart. The fact that it took this much offense, this much power, to keep them down speaks to their legendary status. Rey Mysterio at his age is still performing at an incredibly high level. The man is in his 40s and still flying around the ring, still inspiring the next generation, still showing why he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Nothing but respect for the master of the 619. Penta brought that fire, that lucha libre intensity that makes him special. Even in defeat, Penta showed the WWE universe why he's earned respect across the entire wrestling world. But here's the big question, what's next? Breakker and Reed just put the entire tag team division on notice. Every team on Raw just watched two legends get demolished. Who's going to step up? Who's going to challenge these monsters? We could be looking at a dominant championship run if Breakker and Reed get their hands on those tag titles. Imagine this team with championship gold. That would elevate the entire division and create must-see television. I also think this opens doors for future singles rivalries. Eventually, Breakker and Reed might clash for supremacy. Two alpha males with this much power and ambition? That's money. The storytelling here was excellent. We saw power overcome speed, youth overcome experience, but we also saw that it took everything Breakker and Reed had. This wasn't easy. Rey and Penta pushed them to their limits. WWE just gave us a statement match. This is how you build stars while